Hello there, my YouTube family. It is a joy once again coming before you. Thank you so much for my emails and those of you who have been commenting on the videos. My travel has been quite extensive, but I am here with you, and I shall be here with you for a few weeks. I am deeply, 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 deeply grateful for all of your comments, and thank you so much for your encouraging comments, and that you all are being helped by the videos, because my ultimate goal is to assist you in getting stronger and stronger and pointing you toward the freedoms that is rightfully yours, and for your mind to grow stronger, and for you to get back into your goals and the things that you want to do, and the life that you know that you deserve so tremendously. Life is huge and you can have it. It is meant for you. God wants us to have life, and life more abundantly, and that life belongs to you. My glasses right here, let me fix them. But I am here. I had a question, and the question is, what are some of the symptoms of a malignant narcissist, and how do you know that you are dealing with one? Well, if you are dealing with a malignant narcissist, I promise you, you will not have any doubt about it. There is a covert malignant narcissist, and there's the overt malignant narcissist. The overt is usually loud and boisterous. They're always embarrassing you in public. And the covert narcissist is a lot more charming, a lot more thoughtful. They are very, very, very cerebral. Their intelligence are off the charts because they spend most of their time plotting, planning, strategizing how to hurt you or how to hurt someone. Most narcissists, well, all narcissists, their narcissistic injury is very painful to them, but the malignant narcissist, a narcissistic injury is very dangerous from the person who caused the injury, because malignant narcissists are known to be psychopathical in their behavior. They're psychotic. They're usually antisocial. They don't get along with people because they have to have it their way. And they are very outspoken. They are quick to go into a rage. And most of them have anger issues, fight issues, and they could be murderous. When you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, when you look up malignancy, that is corrosion, that is hatred, that's sadistic. They are very contentious. You cannot negotiate with them. They have to have things their way. They spend time plotting. If you offend a malignant narcissist, don't ever think that you've gotten away if they don't retaliate right then. And that's usually the covert narcissist. They will take it and plot and plan for you later. The overts just take it out right then. You'll always know where they are. They're very vocal, very boisterous. They will be in a restaurant, slam the napkin down. They can be a multi-billionaire. They will get up from the table, and the look in their face, that narcissistic stare, let you know you are in danger. And most people who have dealt with a malignant narcissist and got away from them have found themselves having to get out of the country, get out of the state, go under witness protection, get off social media, no kind of social media whatsoever with these narcissists. They are hunters, and they will hunt you down. They are researchers. They do their homework. Most narcissists that are very skilled usually research their prey. They're very good in research. That's why they're good investors. They're good in pathology, and you have them in the medical arena, judicial system, police department. They like the police department, a lot of them, because they have freedom to vent, because there are too many situations coming up that is requiring their assistance. It requires them that they pull a gun, that they use a gun for their own protection sometime. And so that is a key place that you will find them. And then you're cutting on different patients and different things like that. So they can be in every field, just like we are in every field. They can be in every field of interest. But a malignant narcissist is very controlling, very compelling. They're easily offended. They have to have their way. They hurt everyone around them to get their way. They are incompassionate. They have no sympathy. They definitely don't have empathy. So if you are with a malignant narcissist, they're very controlling. If someone look at you wrong, they're either take it out on you. Usually that's the covert. The overt will handle the person that's looking at you right then. They don't wait. And a lot of times when you're with an overt malignant narcissist, you'll stand on edge because you never know what's going to temper them to fly off the handle. And when they fly off the handle, it doesn't have to be you. It can be somebody that's with you. It can be somebody they're working with. Most of them are so cerebral, they usually go into business and they do well in business. Most narcissists do well in business because they don't get the emotional piece in there. They stay focused with tasks. They don't mind hurting you. So if there's something due, they want what is due. And they're very adamant about it. The covert is a schemer. They're a charmer. It doesn't mean that they won't go off. It doesn't mean that they won't kill. But they're very subjective in their behavior, unlike the overt. So when you are with a covert malignant narcissist, there are certain traits that you can look for with them. And if you notice, if you've been with a malignant narcissist for a while, then you know that you have to almost walk on eggshells. When they tell you to do something, they want it done. They don't want excuses. The moment you start giving excuses, many of you end up in hospital rooms. Many of you end up leaving because you have been beaten so brutally until you have to leave to save your life, because it take a minute for them to come down. And they'll tell you, I keep hearing these voices. They grab their head. They're hearing these voices, and these voices are going off when they're offended or when they're going into a rage. It's more than one voice talking to them. And if you've been with a malignant narcissist, you know that it's time to exit it until they calm down. And then you have to make sure you make your re-entry, because if you stay away too long, it's going to father the rage. It's going to father the anger. So they call you and ask you where you at. And when they ask you where you at, they tell you got this much time to get home. And you're telling them what they want you home. And if you are a minute late, you're finding yourself struggling for your life, fighting for your life with the malignant narcissist, because they are always a flame of fire. They are always explosive. They're walking grenades. They're nuclear all the time. And you're finding yourself, your stomach is upset. Your stomach is burning. You have acid reflux. Your food does not settle. You're nervous. Somebody drops something on the floor. You almost jump out of your skin, even if they drop a pen on carpet. And one thing you've learned is your senses go to a height. When you're with a malignant narcissist, you train your senses to hear, because how he comes in and slammed the door, how he put down his keys, how he slammed the refrigerator is letting you know you're getting these cues, because they can be very sadistic in their behavior. They hate. And you wonder how a person can live with so much hate. How come they're always antagonistic? There's so much anger in them. They are always in rage, and they use little sleep. They can't sleep. They don't have good, peaceful sleep nights. And then you are always, and they hold on to you. And when they hold you, it's like they're fearful of something. They're holding you like you're going to run away, and they pull you close to them. And you notice that when you are with that narcissist, they may triangulate, but they are to that main supply. They're very protective of that main supply. They're very controlling of that main supply. They never want that main supply to leave. They will actually leave the new new supply, to go to the main supply, to make sure the main supply stay intact. And there's so much physical, psychological abuse until you're almost afraid to move. They will have you afraid to talk to your family, afraid to talk to a friend. They'll tell you better not take anything out of this house. And when you are in public, you are shaking on the inside of you, because you never know when something's getting ready to go down. You never know when the person that don't know the narcissist is going to say the wrong thing. So you're saying, God, let them be cordial, let everybody, and when they go in, they want to be the life of the party, and they need a lot of attention. And some narcissists, they're so psychotic, they write you a letter living in the house, and you better respond to the letter even though y'all living together, because that's attention. They get very furious when you don't exploit or really give them lots of compliments when they buy a card and there's no special days and the card is saying a special day, and you're looking at it, because remember, they're very psychotic and pathological, and most of them really do need therapy, but they don't see where they need therapy. They see where you need therapy. And if you're on edge and you're shaking and you're jumpy, and they'll tell you you shouldn't be that jumpy. The reason you're jumpy like that, because you must be doing something. You got to be cheating, and you don't want me to find out. And you know I'm onto something. You're thinking, how I'm going to cheat? I can't even work. I can't go anywhere. I'm right here in the house. You know what I'm saying? And the children, sometimes the children are on edge. So you are always not knowing what is going to happen, when it's going to happen. Your body is off the charts. Your stomach, your head. Some of you got blurred vision. You can't hardly move. You're 25, you're 34, and you feel like you're 108 years old. Your bones are aching, and when you sleep, you're jumping in your sleep. And because you're training your senses to hear, you're trying to get the vibes to feel, you're trying to make sure you see things that you would normally miss. Your mind is calculating all the time. Anytime the narcissist is at home, you're trying to make sure you stay ahead of them, because some of you, as soon as you heard him holler in the other room of something he dropped, or email he got, or a phone call he had, you know to get out. So you were always by the door, and you got out, because the moment you didn't get out, you and the children were in subsequent danger. This is the malignant narcissist. So if you can imagine being with a narcissist, now take that narcissist and put malignancy with them, and they're highly intelligent, they're highly calculative, they're highly manipulative, and they're that way 24/7. And when they have a good day, you're hoping that it lasts. Finally, they get the grandiosity that they want. People are praising them. They're the life of the party. People can't stop talking about them, and most people talk about them because they're afraid of them. And they know that if I praise them, I'll get on their good side. And one thing about a malignant narcissist, you're either a friend or a foe. They always see things in black and white. They're very, very charming when they want something. And when they don't, the look in their eyes tell you, you got 5 seconds to get out of my presence. And you understand you got to move. And you got to get to safety. And this safety factors give them a time to calm down. Or what they do is woo you back. They're so apologetic, and they're begging, and they're pleading. And once they get you in the house, they grab you by your arm. Many of you have broken arms. You got marks around your neck. You got broken ribs. You know what I'm saying? You got stitches everywhere. You're having headaches from being hit in the head. So many times, if they find anything, they'll hit you with it until you live in a cage of fear. It's not enough to be afraid, but you living in a cage, and in that cage is fear, and the cage is manipulation, and in the cage of manipulation is fear. So you're living by control, you're living by manipulation. You know to have food on the table. When he didn't provide money for food, he asking you where the food, and you're saying you didn't give me the money. He said, I gave you enough money during this month to always have food on the the table. He has no idea what food costs and could not care less. He just know that, or she just know that when there's something to be done and it to be had, it should be there. And you got to remember, narcissists, a lot of them don't live in the real world. They live in a fantasy world. And so when they give you money, they give you $100. And you like, what is $100 going to do for 6 people who live in the house, and clothes and food and gas? And then he expect for you to pay the insurance. And you're saying it's not enough money. And now he's saying, you trying to take my money. Are you giving my money away? You giving my money to your crazy family? Or is there another man taking my family? And you're looking and say, why don't you go to the store with me? Why don't you go shopping with me? Come shopping with me. I'll show you how much milk costs, how much cheese costs, how much butter costs, how much chicken costs. I'll show you. And he's like, oh, now you saying I'm irresponsible. Now you saying I'm lying, that you got to take me around like I'm a blind child. And you trying to figure out, no, I'm not doing that. I just want you to see that I'm using the money wisely. He said, okay, now there's a conspiracy going on. You think I'm conspiring against you because I gave you that money like I don't know what food costs. If you don't buy those clothes, you haven't bought clothes in a year. If you stop buying clothes, you can figure out how to feed this family because I'm working hard. And if they are working hard, if they are bringing money home, and the money they bring home, well, if you got a narcissist that is not how can I say, is not employed with great skills, or if they're not in the technical arena, and maybe the job they have pay low wages, then it's going to be a struggle to pay the house, to pay the rent, to pay the car note, to pay the insurance, to pay the food, pay medical, buy clothes. And they're overwhelmed because many of them are psychologically and lifestyle irresponsible. They don't support the lifestyle it takes to live, and then they're irresponsible with what they get. They always pull theirs first and give you the rest. Well, the rest is never enough, and they can't pull it. And then you find they're behind in the bills. They had enough to pay the bill. They just didn't pay the bill because they wanted to do something else with the money. And then some of them won't let you work, or if you are working, you find your money have greater access to paying the bills and paying what the house needs. And you wonder why he's working, but you can't challenge them, because if you challenge them, they thinking you will challenge their manhood. You'll challenge me as a man, and I'm doing and working hard as I can. And you just saw him. He got paid $400. He spent $300 on something he wanted on the car, and gave you $100, gave you $50, because he's going to take money. He got his pleasure, and then he had to have money to use. So you left with $50. Then he wants your check. Then you have to show him your check. He has all access to the bank account because you are living under a strategic government of fear. And this fear has taken your mind, taken your life, taken your heart. Your heart, you have palpitation of the heart. You break out in cold sweats out of nothing. And then he sees that and he thinks, oh, you're trying to hurt me. The way he thinks it's what he thinks you're doing to him. That's the only way that he can think. That's the only way she can think. And you will find that when she get angry, she slaps you. You know you have the ability to take girlfriend down. You can just hit her and it's over. But she calls the police when she hits you. And you don't hit her. The police come and you're this big male specimen and she's hitting you, she's beating you. So the police don't think that if she's beating you, they think you're beating her, but they find no evidence of marks on her body. And you telling them where the marks at. If I hit her in the face, where is the blue marks? And so the police will tell you, go and come back. We can't put them out because it's his house too. But they tell you to go. You go get a room. You go stay. And then when you leave and you don't want to come back, she calls and start love bombing you again. She start hoovering again, malignancy. And then you get in, she has something, she hits you. How dare you leave me? How dare you do that to me when I given my life and my body has had your children? How dare you do that to me? Don't you ever do that to me. And you grab the stick because you're not going to let her hit you no more. And one day you lose it. You lose it. You grab her and you just throw her. And she hits the wall. She hits something. And there's the police. Again, malignant Narcissists are always invoking. Remember that. They're always invoking. They always invoke what you don't want, and pain subsides their terror, their anger, and they breathe because they feel like they have solace when they retaliate. You can't look at anybody. If you look at a program, this is TV. You're looking at a program. There's a man on program, and he's looking at you while you're looking at TV, and you look at him wondering what's wrong. And he said, "Are you lusting after this guy with me sitting by you?" And you're like, "No, I'm just looking at the TV." He grabs your hair and throws you down, turns the TV off, breaks the TV, and tell you you're going to get me another TV. All of this happened because of you. A malignant narcissist is very, 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 very dangerous. They are detriment to your health and to your children's health. They are detriment to your existence. They are always enraged. They will not stop. They need constant attention, even more than you can give. And no matter how much you give, they need more than you give. And no matter how much you serve them, it's never enough. The only thing about this narcissist and a regular narcissist is the danger, the endangerment. There's narcissists, they scheme, they triangulate, they devastate, they devaluate, and then they discard. They all discard. They all discard, but most of them don't have the final discard. You usually have the final discard. But these narcissists, some of them will not hit you. They will torment your mind. But the malignant narcissist is physically dangerous, psychologically dangerous. They tear down your person. You get it verbally, you're getting it physically. Then they head for the children because the children are an extension of you. The only time they see the children, an extension of them, is when that child bring them praise. But once that child ceases to bring them praise, they see you. And what they do to you, they will do to the children. So your whole house is in fear. Your whole house is in imprisonment. Your whole house is on a lockdown. You go shopping and you shop with a watch because you know you only have a little time out. You go to the doctor. You're hoping they hurry up because he's going to accuse you if the doctor takes too long. You can't go shopping. And when you go shopping and you get something nice, he's accusing you of getting something for someone. And then he's accusing you of spending too much money. You work on your job. They're calling your job. So you are having your phone on vibrate, and you have the phone near you. So if it vibrates, you can go to the bathroom and make a quick phone call, because you know if it don't, a while longer, he's up there and he's looking around the office. Well, if he find a man around the office and the man look halfway looking at you, it's on. It's on and popping. So you know your dinner that night won't get served. It will not get served. A malignant narcissist is a wake-up call for you. A malignant narcissist should be given full attention because your life could be at jeopardy with a malignant narcissist that cannot change, not given to change, looking out of the eyes of their own world. And their own world can be a fantasy. They're hearing voices, they're seeing things, and you are right there with them. They're psychopathic and they're accusing you of everything they are, and you are fearful. Your voice, you whisper in your own house, because if you raise your voice and all of your senses are heightened. If a blind man, when he's blind, he has very good hearing, very good touch, very good smell. Well, you have fear, so all of your senses are at a height all the time, and you sit shaking all the time, and you notice your eyes are getting vacant. You can't even find you in your eyes anymore, and you are noticing you don't talk about you. You don't think about you. You never think about you. You're getting farther and farther away from where you are. You're getting farther and farther away from who you are. You're getting farther and farther away from life until you are a corpse with a beating heart and a brain. And that's what you are, because all day long, even on the job, you have to concentrate. You have to do extra focus because you're always thinking about the narcissist. You're always thinking about devastation, and you're looking at the clock because you know it's time to go home. And you know what that means. You're checking on your kids, making sure they are all right. You can't tell your mom because he said, "I kill your mom. I don't care about her." And you are thinking there's nobody to talk to. You're going to have to trust someone. You're going to have to trust someone or something. That something is an opportunity. When the opportunity arises for you to make wise decisions, you have to do it. And usually when you are with a malignant narcissist, there's no moving down the street. You can forget that, because they are hunters. They are vicious hunters, and they are good observationists and researchers. And they will search out, get on that web. They will try to find you. Many of you who've been involved with a malignant narcissist found it necessary to change your name, to change your state. We didn't even change the city. Get out of the state. Many of you went to another country. That's how vicious and how malignant it was. And you couldn't come back, because when you came back and they found out you were back, they did the same thing. They did the same thing. They went to you the same way. They hunted you the same way. Because once you're with a narcissist, you are always theirs. They don't care about you getting married. They will come into dare your husband. They will dare your husband to stop them from getting their product. Because that's what you are, your product. This merchandise is mine. And they will have him so scared, or he will probably end up going to jail for you. So be wise. Don't bring other people into this relationship, because the narcissist, he's not going to settle, and he's not going to stop. He come for his. And you got to remember, a malignant narcissist see their specimen, their supply different. A narcissist, when they get tired of their supply, they let them go. A malignant narcissist have problem in letting go of things. They are hoarders, because they always trying to get something to themselves. They hoard relationship. They hoard the person. So they're hoarding you. You're not supposed to go. You're like a piece of furniture. You always fit in this house. And every time I get ready to go to bed, that bed better be there. And when you get your husband better know how to stop the malignant one, because they are coming for you. You can leave the kids, but they won't leave you. He will come up in your house. He will come up in your job, and he will get his merchandise. So when you are free, it would be best that you totally relocate or locate far away. Don't get on social media of any kind. Come off of Facebook, Instagram. Come off of all of the media resources, Twitter. Come off of them. Don't do podcasts. Don't do anything. Keep your identity quiet. Be quiet. Grow your life. Add to your life. Increase your life. Because that malignant narcissist is a bulldog and a hound dog. The hound dog ears drag the ground and they pick up frequency, and the bulldog got a bite and a nose that's off the charts, and they hunt for blood. The more they taste blood, the more vicious they get. You have to make up in your mind, is a narcissist dangerous? Yes. Is a malignant narcissist dangerous? Double yes. Triple yes. You can put yes all through the book and don't stop. Yes. Cover yourself and know what you're dealing with. You cannot play with it. When you are being love bombed, if that relationship is moving too fast, pull out. You can't fall in love that quick. You don't know what you're loving. You don't know them. They haven't unfolded yet. You don't have a regulated system because it's not been long enough. So you're getting what is before you, but that may not be the real thing. And once you get a malignant narcissist, you're in the game, whether you want to play or not. When the chess move, you better have a play. Better be ready to play the game, because the game is your life. Malignant narcissists are very, very sadistic. They are very sadistic. And like the 9 traits of the narcissist, they have to have all of that and even more. And even more. So is a malignant narcissist dangerous? Yes. They can be very sadistic. They are proactive in manipulation. all the time. Some of these sound like a regular narcissist. They are, that's a regular narcissist, the grandiosity narcissists. They're not antisocial. They're very sociable. They're very political. They're very people oriented. They're very charming. They're skillful in personality. They know how to read you and read your eyes and read your laughter, read your walk and read your talk. They're very good because they're very good researchers. Hypersensitivity to create criticism. That's all narcissists. But take this and amp it up to like 1,000 times over. This is the malignant narcissist. Now, the malignant narcissist got a tremendous sense of paranoia about him. Somebody's always after him. Somebody's always out to get him. Somebody always don't understand the malignant narcissist. Now, you got some narcissists that are so overconfident, they don't think no one can take them, that no one can come after them, that they are so skilled that no one can bag them in a corner, where the malignant narcissists have a sense of paranoia about them. Someone is always out to get them, so they got to get them before they get them. A lack of empathy, that's most narcissists, but you got to amp this up to 1,000 times. Failure to accept responsibility, all narcissists amp it up to 1,000 times. Need for attention, we know about that. You're not going to find a narcissist that don't crave attention from their specimen. And the people, when they go to a party, the person that they threw the party for, the narcissists end up getting angry because the person who the party is for is getting more attention than them. Where the malignant narcissists turn the party out and the party end up caving, or you end up calling the police. A delusion of grandeur. And so they got to have all attention. They got to be the best of everything. And so most people, as soon as the narcissists come, they give all that attention. Then you trying to find how to give attention to the baby, because the narcissists start envying the baby. They will hurt the baby. The malignant narcissists, they are filled with envy, and they're egocentric. And what happens is you can't do good. You can't do better than them. If you perform better than them, you become a target. If you have something better than them that they want and you got it, but they don't have it, you are a target. They're egocentric. And so their ego is off the chart. You got to feed it, like feeding an alligator. They're just tearing and rolling and feeding. And the more you feed, the more you de-energize. The more you go after them to give them the attention, that's energy going from you. You are being drained. And when you are so drained, as long as you got a breath in your body, they want that breath. And once you die, they're angry that you left them alone, that you died or you killed yourself. They're happy that they was worth you killing yourself, but the malignant narcissist see something taken away from them. They are not happy that you died, because you died and you left me. So they want to dig you up and kill you again because you left me. You shouldn't have left me. I deserve to have people around me and people with me, and you got the nerve to die. And that's why when you get sick, if you get sick with a malignant narcissist, they hate it. How dare you get sick and I'm here, and you know that I'm here, and you know that I need you. You did this deliberately. You did not take care of yourself. You wanted to be sick. Okay, now you are being endangered because murder's on his mind, on her mind. And the next thing you know, then once you die, they may have caused it. And once you die, they're still angry, even though they could be the cause. They could be sitting in jail and say, if she had a did this, I wouldn't have done that. If he had a did this, I never would have, because they'll never take the responsibility for their action. A malignant narcissist, I pray you never have one. And those of you who have one, your freedom is going to be so important, but you got to make it out with your life. You got to make it out with your mind, baby. Your emotions don't matter. Kill it, because it doesn't matter. Your wisdom matter. With a malignant narcissist, you must be cerebral. You must think with your left brain. Strategy tactical. You need to focus because you need a strategy in order to sustain, especially when you have a family that you have to sustain. Because every day with malignancy, when cancer is in the body, every day the cancer is in the body, the cancer corrode and take over the other cell. It becomes the dashboard that write the place for the other cell, write the assignment for the other cells, and the assignment for the other cell is destroyed because I'm here to take over. And cancer take over the body and metastasize, and that's the malignancy of the narcissist. It metastasize. It take over your mind. Your mind is thinking of them. Your emotion is given toward them. Your thoughts is given toward them. You go to sleep and you're dreaming of them. You daydreaming, the imagery is of them. Everything is about them. And the next thing you know, every God you have has been dethroned. And God is now that malignant narcissist. You are bowing your will. You're bowing your knee. You're worshiping them. They're taking your 24 hours. They're taking your 7 days a week. They're taking your 12 months. They're taking your years. And you're trying to figure out how you made it. You're 25 years old. You're 35 and you look like you're 70. And the narcissist is getting fresher and fresher and they're looking younger because they are draining you of energy. And when they drain you of energy and you have no energy, they start to go and triangulate. And you notice they're triangulating. And usually if you're 35, 40 years old, the narcissist go to someone younger because at your age, he see that you're not working. So he go and get something younger where he totally devastate that young mind. Well, a lot of girls have killed themselves behind the narcissist because they are addictive. But think about a malignant narcissist that you're addicted to and you can't get away. You can't get away. You can't get away in your sleep. You can't get away in your mind. You're locked in your imagination. You dream. Every movie you have, they're the main character. Everything you draw, they're the main character. Everything you say, they're the main character. You talk to the children, dad, mom, they're the main character. You go to your doctor, you let little things out, and the doctor thinks that you're depressed, or the doctor thinks that you're in danger. So the doctor asks you, do you need to talk to someone because your life is in danger? And the look in your eyes is yes, but what comes out of your mouth is no, because your family is still there and you are very afraid. Well, I know this was an intense one, but this was very necessary. If you're with a malignant narcissist, there is a solution. There is an answer. No, it's not easy. None of it is. But once you're in the trap, you got to learn. You have to learn how to avoid being caught. Feed your mind daily. Feed your mind daily. Feed your mind daily. If you feed your mind, you feed your thoughts, you feed your will, you'll feed your life. Feed it. When you don't feel like feeding, there's no excuse not to feed. When you don't want to feed it, there's no excuse. When you're hurting, you feed it. When you sleep less, feed it. When you just have insomnia so until you're trying to think of your name, think of feeding. If you can't think of your name, feed it. Your name will come back. Feed your mind with strength. Feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. Because if you lunch your mind, you will employ strategy. And that's a promise to you. Well, I pray that I've answered your questions. Please comment on the video. Those of you who are not subscribed, please subscribe to this video and listen to other videos that I've done and grow, 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 grow. But you have to eat a lot. So listen to those videos, subscribe to my videos, share my videos. You will strengthen yourself as you listen to them. This is your college education. And all it costs is time. All it costs is time. Give it to someone else. Practice the ministry of evangelism and education, revelation and knowledge. Feed yourself and share the video. Subscribe. It was such an honor to be with you and definitely a pleasure. I look forward to the comments of your release, of your growth. May the authentic you emerge. I'm Helen Sadler, your destiny helper.